Hello and welcome back to the Car Throttle podcast, where Ethan, Jack, Gareth and I read out your emails, act as your automotive agony uncles, and discuss our popular opinions.
Jesus Christ.
As you may have noticed, we've done some redecorating. We're not in Mike's unit.
How about you? Do you want to slip something in now, considering our backdrop?
I'd love to slip something in, but maybe
Go ahead.
at a later date. Mike is actually next door filming. My phone's not been working, so I didn't bother messaging him. And then we just rocked up, and there were 10 cars in the car park. And then we were like, oh, where do we go now? And then I remembered, actually, no, Ethan remembered that there's a next door, which is a gym. And then I remembered that I've got Jack's number, not yours. I do have your number. I don't want it. But Jack owns a very awesome business called Fitness Worx. It got loads of really awesome gyms. And this one just happens to be right next to Mike's unit. So I phoned Jack up. I was like, all right, mate, got a bit of a problem. Mike's done a number on us. He's properly f***ed us over. Can we use your gym for podcast filming? And here we are. So thank you very much, Jack. And for any gym goers, make sure you check out Fitness Worx because it is awesome. And even Ethan's excited.
Yeah.
You're
got
not,
rings.
though. You're not.
It's got peg things.
I mean, he was hanging upside down.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
You were hanging upside down and you were pegging before.
I didn't think you'd have the upper body strength to hang upside down, Ethan.
Yeah. I
Really?
love hanging upside down.
Oh,
I sleep like a bat.
You love hanging upside down and inside out, right? Shall we move on?
That's a song, isn't it?
I don't know. Anyway, to Jack from Fitness Worx, thank you very much for letting us use your awesome gym.
It's really weird sitting face on to the camera in the podcast. I'm always like that.
You never interrupt a newsreader.
Oh, I do.
I said now and then you interrupt. It's very rude.
I know.
Everyone listening and watching are outraged. Do you think they ever did that to Trevor McDonald? No.
That's true.
Not that I'm putting myself in the same league, but I'm getting
Yeah, you're above Trevor McDonald.
Thank you very much.
We are reporting on some really important matters here.
Right, anyway, as I was saying, before we read out your emails, which this week were especially juicy, let us first discuss what we've been up to. And Gareth, we're going to start with you because we need an update on Matthew and Zandergate.
Oh my goodness.
Please,
I do feel like this is some sort of Coronation Street type thing.
Oh no, it's way better.
Every episode is just more drama.
So just to remind people, Gareth is trying to sell his BMW M4 for how much?
Well, okay, let's set ground rules here. Hold on.
It's over 28 grand.
It is over 28. Shut up.
Wow.
What's the most expensive car you've bought, Jack? And was it a piece of shit?
Yes.
Which this car is not.
Anyway, Gareth is trying to sell his M4 for a little while. It's been on Auto Trader, and he's been in correspondence with a lovely man called, was it Zander?
Matthew, his father, and Zander, his son, who is getting the car for his 21st birthday.
So Matthew is buying it for his 21-year-old son, Zander.
Correct. Yeah.
But this was all agreed a few weeks ago, and yet still not quite come to fruition. So what's the latest update?
So the latest update is that
This is good.
so Matt, so we are sort of in a lockdown, right? So shifting a car of high value is quite difficult, and that's also why it's taking
Especially
so
when people don't exist. Yeah.
long. So Matthew definitely exists. I'm not emailing myself. That would be weird.
Just to remind me.
Okay, come on.
No. There's one more juicy detail. So Matthew has got clearly quite a lot of money if he's going to buy Zander.
Oh yeah, he's got a Velar, which is made by the best
company in the world.
in the world. Yeah, exactly.
And what was my point? I've completely
didn't have one. Yeah, okay, so Alex doesn't really have a point, so he's going to keep quiet now. I'm going to carry on with the story. No, you didn't. Okay, anyway, so Matt contracted coronavirus, so he's been quite sick for the last few weeks. So we have been corresponding via email.
I remembered it.
Okay,
I remembered it.
No, we're going to finish my story first. You can't interrupt me.
He's a businessman, and you looked up his business. Does the business exist?
We've been through this in the last episode.
But for people who haven't seen that one, does the business exist?
I had a quick guess. I mean, it might exist somewhere, but
it doesn't.
Well, I mean, I didn't search the whole of company's house because that would take me forever. But
So anyway,
the data trail was slim.
You're cold.
You're emailing this fake businessman. So yeah, carry on.
Anyway, so Matthew is going to place a deposit tonight. So
No. We spoke yesterday, and you said he was going to do it last night.
he was, but I mean, he's sick. He's really sick.
had
He's
to
a
wash
sick
his
guy.
hair.
He's got coronavirus, and
Yeah.
people have been really sick with that virus, and
which
so
means they can't
he's-
do an online transfer,
he's
even though he
probably
said he
taking
would.
his time.
So
and-
he's well enough to tell you he's going to do the transfer,
Yeah.
but then he's sick enough not to do it.
Yeah, I think he must have wrote that email, and then you know how you become really easily fatigued, and he was like, "I need to sit down. I'll pay him tomorrow because it's all too much. I'm gonna drink my soup, my chicken soup, and then I'm gonna be better in the morning." And it is the morning.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
loving Zandergate.
I'm just trying to make up excuses here, really.
Wouldn't it be funny if it came out as one of us?
or one of you
Yeah.
guys.
Oh,
Keep
Rory, is this you?
Keep going, guys. Keep going. Right,
What?
Xander and Matthew, keep going. This is very good.
Anyway,
Any more?
let's see what happens.
You
A
done
deposit is money, and so
it? Yeah.
sort of,
It is money if it's in your
if
account.
it's in my account, yeah.
Yeah.
I second you.
Anyway, enough of Zandergate and not selling the M4. Have you been up to anything else? You have.
I have.
Your driveway.
So, the story continues. So, it's a company called Emotion. I think it's called Emotion. Something to do with Shell anyway. So, they're coming to install the charger for my Jaguar.
iPace,
iPace.
which is from the best company in the world.
Exactly. Thanks for completing my sentences.
You're welcome.
I'm glad you're reeling these off by heart now.
Oh, yeah.
At least it's being drummed in. So, marketing does work.
Yes, it does. Yes.
So the guy came around. He's like, "Yeah, mate, we can't do anything." I'm like, "What do you mean you can't do anything?" He said, "Well, you didn't get the ground crew." I'm like, "Well, I took pictures of it. Surely you would know to bring in a ground crew and at least quote for it if you're going to be digging up things." And so I said, "Stuff it. Okay, let's reschedule this little meeting there, so you can install the cable. I'll dig up the driveway." So on Sunday, I was out there at about sort of 6-7 o'clock at night with an SDS hammer drill, going through concrete and lifting bricks. My neighbors love me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
And then,
really finished off the relationship.
yeah, exactly. So just smashing through the driveway, had it all prepped, dug a channel in there to fit a nice sturdy piece of wire in. And then Monday morning, I get this call going, "Oh yeah, there's been a load of snow. He can't make it." I'm like, "Oh, well, that's great. Do you want to reschedule?" "Okay, we'll reschedule for Thursday." Yesterday afternoon, they then sent me a quote for additional work for £100. I was like, "Well, hold on a second."
What work?
Yeah, exactly. And it just said additional work. So I'm thinking, did they get the wrong end of the stick? And are they bringing the ground crew in to dig up the driveway that's already been dug up? So I asked the dude to phone me back. No one's phoned me back, so I have no idea, but I'm not paying it.
Maybe it's
Not
to pay
paying
you.
It definitely said invoice.
What was that quote for? 150 quid, you said?
£100.
£100.
£100.
Well,
yeah.
why don't you just get Xander to transfer the deposit for your M4 straight to them, straight to Emotion, and then sorted? 2 birds, 1 stone. Everyone's happy.
No, I don't think it works like that.
Why? Because he doesn't exist. Yeah, you're probably
He
right.
fully does exist. I mean, I'm going to put my hand on my heart. I believe in you, Matthew
Yes.
and Xander.
Yes,
and
so
I
do
will
we.
see you in a future weekend. And then we can have this podcast again, and you'll be wrong and I'll be right.
Okay.
And then I'll bath in that.
Excellent. Bath in all your fake money that gets bounced back.
What, the fake check?
Yeah. Anyway, as for me, I've been smashing around in the Vitara that Ethan and Jack bought for me very recently for £700. Now, you'll have seen a video where I did a little bit of off-roading in it. Didn't go too well, did it?
We've had better days.
If you're trying to ruin the interior, I think it went very well.
Yeah.
I've got a question from an engineering point of view. When you do this stuff to cars, do you ever check what the wading depth is or maximum wading
Oh god,
depth
it's
is
so
of every...
boring.
Oh, do you ever check? Because, you know, if you want to get a great wading depth, you need to go for a Jaguar Land Rover car.
I'm glad you agree, Alex Kirsten.
Oh, because
Oh yeah, let's take the piss out of me for actually checking, and then it comes to the end like, oh yeah, we didn't check it, and the engine's stored, and the car got flooded out.
Actually,
we
we
did.
did.
We did.
Yeah.
You did wade out with a stick.
I did. I took a
Yeah.
stick, and then I put the stick in, and I
Uh-huh.
was like, this looks like about 1 meter. I think the Defender's about 1 meter. We should be fine.
You were also about 5 meters from the middle of the lake puddle.
Yeah,
as
so
well,
the car actually got beached before it was able to test its wading depth. So we'll never know. But water did go over the bonnet and inside. It got to a point where it started trickling in, and I was going in and out of the driver side window, and I was like, after a while, I was like, you know what, f*** it. I just opened the door and just let it flood in because it was going to happen anyway. Anyway, this morning, I drove the Vitara up to Mike's unit, but not because we're in Fitness Worx next door. And opened up the car, and there's lots of water in there. It's really icy. It's disgusting. I've put up some stories on my Instagram, which you can check out. So the car is in a bit of a bad way, but we will avenge Rusty the Vitara. We're gonna buy. Excuse me. Cut that. We're gonna be given some off-road stuff. We need tires. All right. Is someone writing this down? Pen and paper. Mm-hmm. Good. We need good off-road tires. We need good off-road suspension. We need a snorkel. We need a winch. We need a front bumper thing.
We need some welding gas.
Yeah, we could do with some more welding gas. And we need anything else that we could work with.
Some waders.
Waders.
Yeah.
So if you know anyone, or if you run a company that does all of these things, then just think of the possibilities. I mean, we could make or break you. All right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that a good way to sell it?
Yeah, blackmail people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, no, seriously, though, we would love to work with someone and make it a proper badass off-roader and then avenge Rusty at the same place.
You always need to get a heater for it.
Yeah, I need to get a heater for the inside because it's disgusting at the moment. I need to get rid of all that shit.
When you press on a pedal, does it just go like every time?
Oh, do that again.
That was good.
Like a little squelch.
Yeah, it's proper squelching. Also, you never noticed this before, or I haven't. When the carpets are wet and when you're driving, like everything's cold, your feet get so cold.
No.
Yeah. Like,
they don't
seriously,
warm up.
They don't warm up.
What?
And also, when I put the heating on to do my feet, nothing happens. The foot heaters do not work in that car.
But the heaters do work in that car. Is that right?
Yeah, kind of.
Did.
They've actually got
and that was got
worse.
a rock in it.
Yeah, something's not happy. Also, on the way up here, it was started overheating. A little bit.
This is why you can't have nice things, because you break everything.
I know, but I do it for content, man. You know. Yeah, I'm a creator. Yeah. All right.
Pain is temporary. Film is forever.
Oh, very nice.
Is that going to go on your gravestone, Jack?
Anyway, Ethan, what have you been up to?
I'm rolling around in my long-term Skoda Karoq at the moment.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Which I love. I'm a big fan of the Skodas, and I would genuinely have this or the Kodiaq.
Kodiaq or Karoq though. Think of the VRS Kodiaq.
Don't do that to me.
I really like that. I do like that.
The Kodiaq.
Sorry, not as good as a Jaguar Land Rover product.
Thank you. I was waiting for that.
Apologies.
Actually,
better.
That reminds me, there was some guy who wrote in the comment, "Oh yeah, I'm going to stop listening until I'm going to stop listening because I don't want to hear anything more about Jaguar Land Rover." So, yeah, I don't really care because you're not seeing this.
Yeah,
Crack on.
But, yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. But I've had a bit of a issue with it. I don't know if anyone else experienced this. We went to fill it up with AdBlue because it was giving the AdBlue warning and saying, you need to fill this up with AdBlue, otherwise in 500 miles, the engine's not going to turn on.
Yeah.
So we filled it up a bit a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. The message didn't go away. Thought it would be like a fuel.
Was that the one that when we were driving here, it was coming on?
Yeah. And then did it again yesterday and still wouldn't go off. I've been through all the settings in the menus. Can't see anything about it.
Maybe you should just fill it up with AdBlue, like it suggests.
We've put quite a lot in. We've put nearly the whole
bottle. Did you put
bottle.
enough in? How much? What,
I don't know. Well, it said put X amount in.
It's on the menu. It says put in 1.5 to 2.5 litres, which we did.
Yeah.
Then nothing happened.
But the AdBlue tanks are massive. They're like 15 to 20 litres, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, they're big old tanks. So that probably didn't even touch the sides either. I mean,
but now the warning has got down to 30 miles.
It's now down to 25 miles.
25 miles.
I took it for a quick drive. So this startup is effectively your last startup. You have to get home.
Yeah,
without
exactly.
switching off.
Yeah. I can't, and I have filled up with fuel. I've got fuel.
Yeah.
Don't stall it.
Just to quickly interrupt this podcast, we later found out that Ethan does not know the difference between gallons and litres, meaning that he was not putting enough AdBlue in. Sigh, Ethan. Sigh.
Wow, everyone's really excited.
But also let us know if you
what a
have any
riveting
other
subject.
suggestions.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
everyday problems with
Yeah.
AdBlue and diesel engines. That's the problem. You got a diesel engine. What you should have done is an
all right.
electric car.
Yeah, here we go.
There
here we go. Anyway, let's move
You
on
wouldn't
very
have a problem.
quickly.
Karoq is great though.
Have you done anything else? Or is that it? Is that you out?
Oh, actually,
Oh.
you remember a couple of weeks ago we were asking about. Well, you said I needed to get a vice for my workbench.
Yes. Yeah.
A guy actually sent me one.
Really?
Yeah.
How much?
He sent it for free. And
What?
actually, this
That probably cost him.
I know.
What a manufacturer.
No, just
a
some
man.
guy. He's got
A
an
man.
Instagram page. Tom's Woodities, I think it's
Okay.
called. He
Tom's
does-
Wood.
Tom's Wood, yeah. And he messaged saying, I have a spare vice if you want it. I was like, oh, yeah, great. Let me know how much you want for postage. And he said, please don't. All the content you've provided over the last year or so is
It's
been
worth
great.
one vice.
Yeah.
£125 vice.
That's about right.
So
Did he send a
grateful
little
for that.
G-clamp?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this is
a little
not
plastic one.
really
A
what I was talking
paper
about.
Yeah, but it's like a 200mm cast iron
That's
vice.
very nice of
Yeah,
you.
So thank
Thank
you,
you very
Tom.
much.
Yeah.
I need a vice, Tom. No?
Hey, you might have another one.
Yeah.
I can ask him.
Hook me up, then I'll feel as good as him. Anyway, Jack, what about you? Says bonnet hinges.
Oh, I meant to say struts. Because I got
Oh.
sick of using the stick.
Yeah.
Which is so annoying, isn't it?
I don't even have a stick.
You did have one though, didn't you? Do you
I did. And then I
cool,
had to get rid of it for some reason. Maybe because of the V6.
I thought you snapped it. Didn't you call
No.
it Woody
We
in that
used
video?
we used a jack handle.
Yeah, we've used everything.
Yeah, it was a big yellow jack handle, and people got really outraged that we were then poking it into an aluminium
Yeah.
bonnet.
But it did match the stripes on Phil, so
True.
it looked really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are your struts? Did it all go very smoothly and swimmingly?
Oh yeah, the install was okay, but when you close them, they're a bit stiff. First time you close
Yeah?
them, and MX5 bonnets, they're a bit flimsy, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah. So
Did
it
you
sort
bend
of
it?
bent it all out of shape. Yeah.
Oh,
So
no.
when I closed it, it's just all over the place, like proper pissed.
What would have been better if it's still engaged and the bonnet just sort of lipped up like a banana?
Yeah,
The hinge closed
that would
section.
be great. Yeah, but it looks really good when it's up. It's just the panel gap when it's down. So.
Nice. So lesson learned here. If it's stiff, don't try and push it down too hard.
Yes,
Yeah.
a very important lesson.
Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone sent in an email with the title "The Best Car Advert of Modern Times." It is an advert that I think was on Facebook Marketplace, maybe Gumtree as well, that's been floating around the internet quite a lot. Even Lad Bible got in on it because the advert is just so awesome. I want to read it out to you. 2004 Volvo V70, and the owner, actually former owner now, writes, "Hey everyone, is anybody after this absolute weapon? And by weapon, I mean piece of shit. It's a Volvo V70 on a 54 plate with 374,000 miles on the clock. You read that right, 374,000. It needs a lot of love, and I mean a Gemma Collins portion of love. It has zero history, vibrates like a whacker plate when idling, and I'm hoping that someone has stolen it while I'm writing this advert. It's filthy inside and out, like next level filthy, like a farm vehicle, or a skip full of dog shit. I actually don't know whether the window is stuck closed or missing. That being said, it's a diesel estate with MOT until August and a tow bar that starts and drives and the brakes work. Cruise control, heated seats and full leather. Comes with one key, V5 and a priest's blessing that you'll get home alive. I've actually just driven it from Penryn to Truro and was exciting. And it was exciting, I'm guessing. Scrap value is £200, so best offer over that, please. Come take it away, please, as it's attracting rats, and I think it's haunted." What an amazing advert.
Right, okay, I've learned some lessons from that. Right, M4 script is being done tonight.
So this floated about loads on Facebook, and I think the car actually went up on eBay, and he said he wanted about 200 quid. I think it went up for, or it sold for over 500 quid.
No.
Just because
Jesus.
people were just so amused by it. So, yeah, anyone looking to sell a shitty car like this, if you want attention, then just try and be funny.
I'm a bit gutted we didn't see that because we would have had that.
Yeah,
It's better
true.
than most of the ads that we read. Like,
Yeah.
recently, I've read one that literally said "car blue." That was you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get adverts as well where it's like, I know what I've got. No offers. It's like, come on, man. You're on Facebook Marketplace. Anyway, that's a really awesome advert. And we are now going to go on to a section whose title is How Not to Sell a Car. And this is submitted by Hillary, who is a male. He wanted to make sure that we knew he was a male because Hillary is like
Okay. Unisex.
unisex name. Ethan, do you want to take it away?
I don't really want to take this one away.
It's long.
This is an essay.
It's really long, but it's worth it.
I might have to have a toilet break in the middle of
Okay,
this.
go for it.
Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm ready.
Back in the room.
Dear Jack, Alex, Ethan, and Gareth, in 2014, I had a very unfortunate experience selling my beloved BMW 325i convertible, an E93, photo attached.
What's an E93?
An E93 is a 3 Series convertible,
Oh,
for those that don't know,
how do you know that?
because I didn't know this until yesterday. You
Yeah.
told me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Insert Instagram story. I'm just speaking to Ethan about a guy who sent in a podcast message about an E93. And I said, just remind me, Ethan, what is the E93? And he's gone 5 Series, 6 Series, 7 Series, 8 Series, 4 Series, 2 Series, 1 Series.
It's not a thing.
It's a thing. So we've established there's one number left, which is 3 Series.
Yeah.
So the E93 is the 3 Series what?
Coupe. Saloon. Estate. Touring. Hatchback. Straight 6.
And you're not shitting me, are you?
Oh, absolutely. I've never heard of an E93.
Come on. What's left? What body style is left?
Shooting brake.
Keep going.
Saloon. Coupe.
Yeah,
Touring.
yeah,
Avant.
yeah. What would you see if you looked outside your window?
Is that 3?
Yes, which
A convertible.
Yeah! There we go.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that bit of knowledge.
Yes.
That was the last piece of car knowledge I needed.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
Where are BMWs made?
Bavaria.
Oh, hell. Anyway, carry on.
Because I needed to free up cash for moving house. After posting a very comprehensive advert on the Auto Trader, I received plenty of interest, including one very pleasant chap who asked if he could come and view the car later that day. He arrived in a 2012 Mark III Focus with another man as company, and after introducing himself, he busily set about inspecting every inch of the car. Engine bay, boot, every panel and panel gap, the alloys, the tyres, the seats, everything. He told me that he worked for a company that bought certainly spec cars to order for clients who wanted a certain style, trim level, and that his client had been searching for a grey car with red leather seats.
Very plausible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After an hour inspecting the car, he asked if he could drive the car around the block to make sure the engine was okay and to test for any knocking or brake issues. Fine, I thought, beginning to walk around to the passenger side of the car to jump in. At this point, he threw his car keys at me and said, "Don't worry about coming with me. We'll literally go around the block, but if you're worried, take my car keys for security."
Stop. How would you feel in that situation? You're selling your jazz. Someone's like, let me take it around the block.
If I was by myself, I would probably feel quite intimidated and probably say, okay.
Okay. Sounds like this is what he's done.
Yeah. Having watched consumer advice programs in the past, I decided that taking his keys would be reasonable insurance against anything unsavoury occurring. And so he and his colleague drove off. After about 10 minutes, I started to get a bit anxious that something was amiss. I thought that if they had tried to steal it, they might sneak back later with another key for their car and retrieve it, so I moved it into my driveway and parked it in with another car. When I turned the ignition on, however, the fuel range was showing only 3 miles. Now, my house was a good 10 miles from the nearest petrol station, so they were really cutting it fine, I thought. At this point, panic began to set in, and after another 15 minutes, I called the police.
Oh.
They ran the registration number for the Focus through their computer and said, "Is it a blue Suzuki Swift?"
Oh.
At which point, my heart truly sank,
Oh,
and I knew I
no.
was in trouble. That now I really would not do that thing, and I would get in that
good
car
advice. Yeah.
after those couple of paragraphs. As it turns out, the chap in question was a career criminal who didn't buy cars to order, but instead stole them to order. He was finally convicted and sentenced to 17 years in the clink,
Ooh.
albeit several years after my run-in with him.
Hillary also included an article to a newspaper that I've had a read of, and this guy looks like a very unsavoury character. And this is all true. 17 years. Because he ended up stealing, I think, £250,000 worth of cars.
Bloody hell.
Including Hillary's as well. Yeah. I mean, he was good at his job.
Well, obviously not that good if he got nicked.
I mean, 250,000, that's a lot of cars, though.
True.
Yeah.
But crime didn't pay for him in this.
No.
Yeah.
Well, not in the long term.
Unfortunately.
The Focus he'd arrived in was also stolen, and apparently my car was most likely shipped to Eastern Europe. The police told me that I was probably lucky I didn't insist on accompanying them on the test drive, as I could likely have been assaulted or left stranded somewhere, and that the lack of fuel left in the Ford suggested they were leaving in my car one way or the other. Naturally, the next day I rang my insurer. To my absolute dismay, my insurance company initially refused to pay out for my theft claim. Fortunately, I work in financial services and had the knowledge to write them a strongly worded letter, quoting a couple of financial regulations, meaning they very quickly rolled over and agreed to pay up. That's a good lesson for people, actually.
Yeah.
Don't just give up. So what have I learned from this sorry saga? Number 1, don't give your keys to a stranger for a test drive, even if they give you theirs. Number 2, be prepared to stand your ground, even if it means losing a buyer, because losing a buyer is better than losing a car.
Yep.
And number 3, don't take no for an answer from an insurance company. I might have had the knowledge to rebuff their initial refusal to pay my claim, but the ease with which they changed their minds and agreed to pay makes me think that they will try anything on to see if they can get away with it. Anyway, I apologise for the length of my diatribe.
Diatribe. Yeah.
Good
word.
Yeah, very good. I hope that you all have a good laugh at my expense. Keep up the good work. Hillary. P.S. I know another Gareth Potter, and he is a massive I'm pleased that your Gareth redresses this balance somewhat.
Well, I mean, you don't know this Gareth Potter, so you're incorrect on that one. But yeah, loads of amazing lessons there.
Bloody hell.
Selling a car, quite dangerous, very dodgy sometimes. I think we've got very lucky quite a few times. So the lesson is, if you are selling a car, maybe always make sure that you've got a mate with you. You don't do it alone, especially if it's like a more high-end car. Always get in the car with them, I would say. Just make sure that you're bigger than the person who's buying the car.
Do some push-ups
that?
before. Yeah, get a pump on.
Yeah.
Deflate the tyres so they can't get very far.
I'm going to make sure when Xander and Matthew Gate visit, I'm going to be so f***ing jacked up. I'm going to try any roid. I'm going to eat the entire tub of creatine.
But yeah, another one as well with insurance companies as well. If they say, "Oh, sorry, we can't do that," it's like, no, I think you can. I had a very similar one, or like similar case-ish with my mobile phone. They wanted me to pay some buyout clause, even though they pissed me off, and I was like, "Speak to your manager." They were like, "No, can't do that." It's like, still, speak to your manager. Okay, we'll give you a third off. I was like, there you go. Was it difficult? Was it, EE? Anyway,
another really good one is if you say to them with these specific words, "I want to launch a complaint." That's a really good one, and that means if an official complaint, they have to reply to you via email or writing.
Oh, nice.
And they have to investigate it as well. So I did that to our insurance company because they pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because they wanted, they actually put the claim down in our name, whereas in actual fact it was the dude who sort of wrote into us. So yeah.
Is this when your M4 got DPD'd?
No. This is when the...
When your M4 got written off. Cat C, is it? Cat C
Shut up. Shut up. No, this was visiting you in the Land Rover. And that guy was undertaking as I was turning into the lane, and he just sort of carried on going.
Yeah.
What a dick.
Yeah, that was a bad move.
Yeah. Irritating.
Not a JLR Land Rover.
What other Land Rover would there be?
The thing that I find really impressive about this email as well is
how long it is.
Yeah, that. and the criminal gauged his journey so well to only have 3 miles of fuel left.
I mean, he's clever.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I bet he's making loads of money in prison. He's probably turned into staff now. He's a governor.
He's like Shawshank Redemption. He's got a job in the library.
Yeah. And he's going to tunnel out.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Oh, God. Yeah, great.
Anyway, we're going to move it on very swiftly to car advice from Eamon and Jack. Do you want to read this one out?
Dear Jack and his minions.
Oh, did you write this?
I didn't write that. No, that's good.
Well,
Thank you.
Very good.
My brother Ben is only 19. Like me, his attainable dream car is an RX-8, and because he works his arse off, he bought one around 5 months ago. If it wasn't bad enough, however, he's also bought a TDI Skoda Superb,
Nice.
a car I'd love to daily drive. So yes, the is living my attainable automotive dream, while I'm stuck with a Nissan Leaf because I chose instead to have a family. You idiot.
Big mistake. Don't have a family.
So I need your help. I've got $8,000 to spend on a car that will finally top trump my brother. What can you recommend? Love you all.
Ooh.
These last two pieces have been really well written.
They have. Actually, well, I do most of this, all right? So I get the email and then I make it nice.
Don't spoil it.
I do. I spoil the illusion. Although Hillary, his email was like 99% perfect. I actually responded to Hillary and I said, thank you very much. What an awesome story. He apologized for a few mistakes that he made because he's like,
So he should. Yeah.
so he should.
Did you mark his work?
But the reason these podcasts flow so nicely is because I'm there like editing, you know, like just doing everything.
Well, that's bullshit.
That's true. It's very true, actually. You should read half the shit we get. Anyway, what are our suggestions, Ethan? Good cars for £8,000.
I've finally taken one seriously.
Actually, I've got a good one.
No,
Honda S2000.
Honda S2000. That's my one.
I had a question. Is he chucking his kids into this car?
No. Let's say it's a
Was this
a
weekend
car or
blast?
so,
Yeah. Should have bought a bike.
Okay, so Honda S2000.
Honda
Why?
S2000. Well, Alex, a Honda S2000 is one of 3 cars that is naturally aspirated.
One of three. One of three cars.
No,
in
let
the world.
Let me finish. Naturally aspirated
Yeah.
to a certain RPM or something like that.
To every RPM. Yeah.
No, it's
Oh,
got,
so does
it's got a good fact.
Does it turn into a turbo above 5,000 RPM?
Did that turbo kick in?
No,
Yeah.
It's
you
got
can't
a
get
good fact.
you can't get a turbo. Can't get a turbo with naturally.
Why not?
Why?
Because that's forced induction.
No, I mean,
Let me Google it.
You're so sassy,
No,
Ethan.
no,
Just because we've called you out.
No, Eamon's asking for some good advice. S2000 is a great car, so please carry on.
So S2000 turbo then is what we're saying.
No, you don't want.
No, we don't. Why?
No, because it's naturally aspirated. That's the
Oh.
beauty of an S2000.
So what? Okay,
Wow.
what else? What else? Tell us.
It's got VTEC.
Yeah.
That kicks in around 6,000 RPM.
I can't confirm or deny that. I don't know when it kicks in. You might be right. I
It's
think it's a
just
bit higher up.
random
Actually,
facts,
I think
so-
it's a bit higher up. So yeah, what about like chassis handling stuff like that?
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
rear-wheel
How
drive.
many have you driven?
This year, I haven't driven any this year.
You've driven a
Uh,
Jazz though, so it's
I have-
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
it's
Literally the same thing.
Yeah,
That VTEC kicked in. Blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
yeah.
Big time,
Great
Uh,
handling.
convertible.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
Yeah.
Lots of
4
aftermarket
cylinders.
mods available.
Yeah.
The guy has it in Fast and Furious, doesn't he?
He
Johnny
does.
Tran. Is that
Johnny
his
Bravo.
name? Johnny Bravo?
No?
No, that's
Which
Johnny
Fast and
Bravo,
the Furious?
yeah.
Because there's like, what, 20,000 of them.
the number one.
Really?
Yeah, the
I don't.
The
That's
baddie.
the only one I've watched.
The baddie has it.
Wait, does he? I
Yeah.
thought he had a Dodge Summit or nothing.
I think we're losing focus here, boys.
S2000.
Any downsides with the S2000?
I mean, the value of them is increasing. I mean, a few years ago, you
No,
could-
that's an upside, surely.
No, but
so
if
buy
you
it
got
now,
it
in
a
other
few years
words.
ago, you would have been able to get it under $6,000. But it's now in the $8,000 region.
Yeah. So that's the only downside.
There's no other downside.
Okay.
It's
So-
perfect.
It's perfect. I've never driven one, but it's perfect.
So good power, good torque.
Good power to weight, good torque.
Power to weight. Talk to me about that. That's
It's good.
Yeah?
Really good.
But what does it mean?
Power to weight.
Yeah.
Like a Caterham has a really good power to weight.
But
and
why?
like a lorry has shit power to weight.
But why?
Because
Have
it's
you got good
heavy.
power to weight?
And
Have I?
Yeah.
Mine's quite good.
Anyway, Jack, what about you?
How about Mark 1 TT 3.2 Quattro?
Oh,
Just to piss you off.
Oh.
Great car to work on.
How much are they? Five,
You-
6?
You could probably get one for 6 and then spend a couple grand on it, making it cool.
Do you think though he's gonna drive up to his brother with the RX-8 and be like, "I've got a TT," and his brother's just gonna be like, so
Well, he can say, I won't have to rebuild this every 10,000 miles.
fair,
So-
fair, yeah.
it's a fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the 3.2 is probably a much better choice than the 1.8 because we know all about the 1.8T, and it is a nightmare to work on.
Yeah, it's an absolute pig.
Yeah,
I don't recommend And actually, I don't recommend the 3.2 because you think about the packaging
Yeah.
with that little engine.
Yeah.
Plus, you're chucking in another two
Oh, yeah, it'd be
cylinders.
a nightmare. wouldn't
Holy
it?
God, yeah, screw that.
Any works you want to do on that, Eamon, you're going to be forking out a lot of money,
Uh-huh.
unless you have a Gareth, which I doubt you do.
Yeah. Because the other Gareth Potter's a bit of a twat. So.
Both of them are twats. Yeah. But I mean, it's interesting. I think they sound great. I just don't know if that's going to be the car that's going to make his brother jealous.
I'm just thinking as well, this time of year with the roads being so icy, all I've got in my head, like for the last week, has just been Quattro. All-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is just something to keep you on the road.
I tell you, that's been really good in the Vitara, actually.
Has it, yeah.
And the tyres on that are shit. All right, thank you.
You're
Ethan.
welcome.
Yeah. The tyres are really shit. Even getting off my driveway in two-wheel drive mode, I couldn't do it. I had to knock it into four-wheel drive.
Really?
Yeah. Because of the ice, obviously.
Yeah.
But they're disgusting. If I have to emergency brake, I'm going into the back of you. It's as simple as that. So please,
Glad you got it.
keep your distance that way, and that way, and that way.
Yeah, wide berth.
Does
Yeah.
it get to 70, that thing?
It does, and then it starts overheating.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you think's cooked with it? Do you think it's just head gaskets on its way out?
Oh, it needs an oil
Thermostat
service
buggered.
desperately. The thermostat. It needs a coolant flush.
Needs a drain,
Jesus.
some water.
It needs it needs a shotgun through the floor. Definitely, a few of them. Anyway, my suggestion for you, Eamon, would be a Nissan 350Z. You can pick those up for less than £8,000 now. 0 to 65.9 seconds, 3.5 V6, 276 horsepower. Amazing noise. Sound like a baby GTR. We've actually got a video of Awesome Affordable Cars 350Z versus Nissan GTR, and I just kind of compared and contrasted. Obviously, it doesn't have anywhere near the power, but it does have that kind of GTR noise. The V6 sounds awesome. It's a great looking car, loads of aftermarket for it as well, and I think that would 100% top trump your brother's RX-8.
I wish I'd said that. That was a good.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
The RX-8
I'm
though is
agreeing
an
with that.
amazing car. I would say the RX-8 is way better than the S2000, and I am qualified to say that
What
because
do
I've
you
driven
know?
both.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, I've driven.
You
both.
copied my aftermarket point. Give me that one back. You can't have that as
All
your
right, let
point.
me just. Actually, can we do that the other way and then see what that sounds like? Rory is gonna forewind it. Let me do that. Aftermarket. There's actually a man on the internet who speaks backwards. He's learnt words and phrases backwards, and he
What?
sings songs backwards.
That's a great skill. Wow.
I
Tell
know.
me more.
No, there's nothing more to say.
Thank
I
God.
watched
Right,
it
let's
and I was like,
crack
"Wow,
on."
that's cool." And then I was like, "Actually, that has no purpose."
You replied going, lol.
Yeah, lol, your life's meaningless.
Is
I
he
said
on
it backwards
YouTube?
though.
Is he
he's
an
on YouTube.
influencer?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Ah.
Anyway, we're getting distracted again. Gareth, what's your £8,000 car, please?
My £8,000 car is on the cusp of £8,000, a 2008 S5 V8 4.2 litre, and that's going to sound really good.
Really boring.
Way better. But in actual fact, I agree with you this time round, Alex,
Ooh.
because a 350Z drove past me last night, and it did make a
Did it make
wicked...
a noise?
Well, yeah,
Was it past
sounded
your
like-
house?
No, that I would have been pissed off.
Oh.
This would be a whole different conversation. I'd be like, that walker in that 350Z. But no, it was on one of the A roads into Cov, and it came past at a rate of knots. And normally I think, what a and then I saw what it was, and I was like, actually, it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, fun choice, I think, 350Z, definitely. Maybe boring choice, fast, you can load your kids up. S5. It is a cool car, and it does sound awesome, but I think for excitement levels, I'd go 350Z.
Fair. There we
Can
go.
you all just give yourselves
A
a
pat
round
on
of
the back?
applause? No BMWs. Amazing.
Do you know how difficult it
Amazing.
was to leave a
nothing
Beamer off?
Yeah, but nothing really cool fitted in. Because you said E92 M3, but they're like 14, 15 grand.
Proper dough.
The only M3 you could get would be a really ropey E40. Actually, thank you. Get yourself a ropey E46 M3. Best car.
Scrap everything we just said.
But genuinely, if an E46 M3 was in that £8,000 price bracket, which I don't think it is anymore, I would go for that because it is such a good car.
I'll tell you,
Yeah,
if you give
yeah.
it a couple of weeks, you'll probably buy Gareth's car for $8,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, very good, Jack. Why don't you just chip in? Fucking comments from the peanut gallery.
Peanut gallery. I don't get
peanut
it.
gallery. There's nothing to get about it. It's
don't
just a
know.
comment from
Oh,
the
okay.
peanut gallery.
Peanut gallery.
It's like there's people in the background who just make snide little comments.
Ah,
it's you, Jack.
that's
Good at
it.
Yeah, you are. Your one-liners are key.
Anyway, we're now going to move it on to grind my gears. It's a thing that grinds my gears because it makes me annoyed. And grinding your gears in a car is a bad thing, and you don't want to do it. That's why you grind your gears. People right in and grind your gears. Oh.
Rory's grimacing in the background.
Put a little rock track with that, Rory.
Yeah.
That'll go nicely.
Gareth, do you want to read this one out? How many lines is it? 1, 2, 3. Oh, gee,
enough.
God.
Bullet point it.
Yeah.
Right. Hi, Alex, Ethan, Jack, and Gareth. Before I start, please read the whole thing before you judge me. Yeah, it's not in bullet points. I might not read the whole thing. What grinds my gears is people parking in front of the car wash at petrol stations when they want to buy something from the shop. Huh? How is this a grinds my
You
gears?
said read the whole thing.
Yeah, there's more. Yeah.
I'm already judging him. Okay. Now I know what you're thinking.
Well, you don't know what Gareth's thinking because he's just stopped the podcast.
Well, I have because I've just this is grinding my gears right now reading this. Why is he so angry about people parking in front?
Read
Like,
the
find out.
Oh my goodness.
Let's find out.
Now I know what you're thinking. Don't use automated car washers. And I agree, but I work for a well-known national breakdown company. That's also the size of a battery.
What breakdown company is that, Gareth?
A national breakdown company, probably Jaguar Land Rover, right? Best breakdown company in the world. Is that what you wanted to hear?
No, it wasn't. I just want to hear the answer.
Oh, right.
There are two
okay.
clues there.
I don't get it.
No, come on, read it. I work for a well-known national breakdown company that's also the size of a battery.
RAC.
Green flag.
What's this got to do with a battery?
Oh, please.
Oh, wow.
Please.
Even Rory gets it. Everyone's screaming.
I don't get it.
Okay, fine. Let's just carry on.
Well, I don't get it.
It doesn't matter. Let's carry on.
I don't care.
Let's
I don't
carry
care.
on. Let's
I don't
carry-
care.
Okay.
Rory, I don't
Okay.
care.
Okay.
Did you come with your sass?
Okay. Let's carry on. Everyone just carry on screaming.
Look,
at the screen.
everyone needs to calm down.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We've
they can't
You've
calm.
had a few.
Yeah.
You've had a few. Just calm it.
I haven't said anything.
I have to get it out of my system. It's the AA.
Yeah. Well, I don't have.
You still don't get it,
I
do
don't
you?
have
You still don't
breakdown
get it.
cover.
Neither do I.
I have myself. And
I have
relieve.
you.
Yes, true.
Okay, please carry
Right.
on.
The AA.
Wow.
And needs to have the van cleaned regularly to make sure the reflectives on the van stay reflective. Okay, that makes sense. This means popping into the local petrol station and using the car wash as I pass. But when people park in front, and then I have to sit and wait until they finish doing whatever it is they're doing, the people wonder why I can't take a long time for someone to get them when they break down. Ah, okay. Thanks for the podcast, Rob.
I think we need a quick recap. Rob works for the
Okay,
AA.
Rob works for the AA. I've got this.
Okay,
Okay.
yep.
And he's pissed off
Yep.
that people are parking in front of the car washing machine.
Because
Because he wants to make his reflective thingies reflective again. And therefore, if someone's parked there, he might be late to service your
now
car.
it makes... Oh, so the AA only service cars?
Well, I don't know. They're a battery for all I know. Bloody hell.
This brings up a different topic, which is... Well, the same topic, but parking in places you shouldn't park. So Rob is pissed off because it stops him from doing his job. And then people are like, "Oh, where is the AA man? Well, he's actually he can't be reflective at the moment, so he'll be with you in 2 hours." Anyway, parking in stupid places, discuss. I think you've got something here, Gareth, don't you?
I always have a good moan, but I'm going to let someone go before me because I have to fester on this for a second.
Oh, he's building up.
Oh,
Ethan.
dear.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, yeah.
brewing like a strong.
There's the
two.
obvious ones: people who park in disabled spaces and just nip to the shop quickly.
People that when you've parked far away from the shop,
Oh God!
and then they come and follow you and park next to you.
Park
and
right
there's-
next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. People who park across my driveway because they're delivering stuff.
People that park on the green next to you.
Yeah. Also, people who park in the middle of the road, delivery drivers especially, because they're delivering, even though there's a spot maybe 5 meters away.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I got one.
Gareth,
I'm going to share this photo with you. So I live over the road from a school. And yes, I have a driveway, and I also my other cars are parked outside my house. I like live on the street. It's a really old cottage.
You live on the street.
With my bottle of Jack. Anyway, so there are people who park over my bloody drive to drop their blimmin' kids off. And that pisses the shit out of me. And I've got a Nest camera. And the other day, I filmed a woman. Now, I've just picked up my I-Pace, probably the best car in the world.
Oh, there's no probably about it.
Oh, exactly.
There's no doubt.
And she stopped and you could have probably fit a feeler gauge between our two bumpers. And that's where she stopped. So not only backed into one car, but also blocked my driveway just so she could drop her bloody kid off at school.
So
Yeah.
in front of the M4?
Yeah, in front of the M4.
Oh.
And you remember last time what happened when someone parked in front of the M4? It got DPD'd.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that Gabriel DP'd your car?
Yeah, he did indeed. Yeah, so that's really annoying. I mean,
But you weren't there when it happened?
no, I was there. I was in the kitchen working, but I just called up my phone because it if anyone's got a Nest, it like alerts you when something's really close to your cars. And I just saw her reversing back. I'm like, holy Christ
Did you go
alive.
outside?
Is she going to stop? Yeah, but by the time I'd gone out, because I was in a conference call, but by the time I'd gone outside, she'd obviously moved off.
Gone outside with your shotgun?
I should have done. But yeah, I don't know if anyone's interested. I'll send the little video to you, but I'm surprised she didn't hit my car.
Wow.
And I was so pissed off.
Yeah. And you actually, you don't like people parking in front of your house so much that the MR2 is currently parked outside your house to block anyone else doing it.
Yeah.
So lots of people are actually asking what's happening with the MR2. It's blocking Gareth's driveway, effectively.
How is that different from another car parked outside your
Oh,
house?
I got another thing. So there are parents at the school who then park outside my house with the engine running.
Oh,
And they'll-
that's no
they'll
good. That's
sit
no
there.
good.
Revving.
Yeah, well, they might as well, Rev. And because it's such an old ass house, and I'm not making an excuse for the house, but it's pretty porous. So they're sitting there for a good 10 minutes, just with their heaters on, diesel engine running, and it just filters into my living room.
That's really
And,
bad, yeah.
and we're all working
Just go
from
out
home
and turn
now.
it off.
Well, yeah, a few times I've just gone, key off. And they've gone, what? And I'm like, turn your car off. And when you start swearing, that's when they start understanding.
Yeah.
Start banging on the window.
Yeah, like, ah!
Or when you start pissing out of the top window. Just like that.
Anyway, yeah, so that's why I needed a little. That's the
you feel
sane
better now?
version of me explaining
Do you
how
feel better now?
pissed off I am. I do. I feel
Okay,
better.
good.
Yeah. Actually, I don't. I feel more angry.
Anyway, let's move it on to a section we call Wrong Answers Only. Why do we call it Wrong Answers Only, Jack?
Only wrong answers.
Wow.
No.
Is that right?
Well, that was right, which means it was wrong.
Only right answers.
There we go. So this is a game show not invented by us, where I'm going to ask Jack this time some questions, and he has to give me the wrong answers. If he hesitates, or he says or he gives me the right answer, then he's failed,
Oh, I'm going to be doing that a lot, though.
and then you're going to get fired.
I've already failed.
Yeah. All right. So I've actually got the questions here. You're not allowed to look, Jack.
Okay.
So I'm going to move away a little bit. Right. Are you ready, Jack?
I think so.
Can someone do me a timer?
Shotgun knot.
30 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
Is
30
it
seconds.
What, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
I thought it was just right or wrong.
Yeah,
It's
just
just
well.
right or wrong.
Are we scoring
Actually,
this?
Ethan's
Rory behind the camera has been doing the edits, and he's going to do like a ding.
Ding! Can you remake
Or a
the countdown theme?
Dude,
Put that in.
No?
Okay,
Has it
right.
been trademarked then?
I've only got 10 questions, so let's go for it. Jack, you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Question 1. Do you really own an E36?
No.
How many pistons are there in a 4-cylinder engine?
5.
Who between you and Ethan is the best drifter?
Ethan.
Hesitation. What do the letters GTI stand for?
Gonna.
Hesitation.
Hesitation.
Come on, complete the question.
Good thing. Impossible.
When approaching a zebra crossing, what must you do?
Accelerate.
Will you ever turbo your MX-5?
Yes.
Where's a good place to jack up your car?
A puddle?
I meant on the car.
Oh, I meant where it's slopped.
Okay.
Radiator.
Who's the best editor at Car Throttle?
Ethan.
Name the 3 current Top Gear presenters.
Us 3.
What's a good way to de-ice your car in the morning?
Piss.
Hey!
I
my God.
I said that.
Ethan said you would say piss.
Wow, we are on the same level.
Simpatico.
Wow, simpatico. That's amazing. How do you think that went?
They went all right.
Yeah.
That's
God,
it.
GTI threw me.
GTI.
It's
Well, hold
hard
on.
to
The
come up with
last
something.
one's a bit woolly because you can technically de-ice your car by pissing on it. No,
I wouldn't say
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
recommended way, though, is it?
you just stand on the bonnet, piss on your car. That would look well.
Okay, why don't you do
outside
that?
your school?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why don't you do that? Send us in a picture, and then we'll blur out your penis.
No, my cars are too valuable, and I live outside of a school. I don't know if I'll get locked up for that.
Defrost someone else's car.
Yeah, one of the bloody parents.
Wow, what are you doing? I'm doing you a favour.
So you would accelerate a zebra crossing. Very good. Actually, what do the letters GTI stand for? Does anyone know?
Grand Tour,
I did know this.
GT, Grand Touring Injected.
I
Yeah,
don't think it
something
is.
like
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Is it?
We have the
I
internet.
should know this.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. I particularly like where's a good place to jack up your car, either in a puddle or on the radiator. Don't do that at home.
Both.
Yeah.
If you jack it up on the radiator, you'll create the puddle.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed you didn't say with the question, who's the best CT editor? Me.
No, that's the right answer.
Yeah, but I would have celebrated. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Mm.
Yeah, I am.
You, Ethan, are the biggest suck-up nose in the man.
There we go. That was good fun. What have we got left? Okay, one more question from the audience from Scott. Ethan.
That was good, that one.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah,
A real guttural
I'm
sound.
just trying new things, you know?
Yeah, nice.
All right.
So this is titled E39 M5 or
Oh,
Supercharged MX5.
we already know the
Is
answer.
that a real question?
We already know the answer. E46 330i Touring. There's your question. There's your answer.
No, we've moved on from
We're
the wrong
done.
answers,
Right.
No,
Thanks
but-
for listening, everyone. This concludes our podcast.
Right. This is actually a good one. Read it out.
Hi guys, I've had quite a few interesting vehicles in the past 4 years, but they've all had one thing in common: a complete lack of power. With an E46
Oh.
330i being the
There we
fastest.
go. He's won.
Annoyingly, however, I had to sell it due to it drinking oil nearly as quickly as it did petrol. After seeing a 96 1.8 Eunice Roadster VR Limited on eBay,
You like those, don't you?
Eunice,
Yeah. The
Yeah.
VR Limited.
Anus.
do I?
Yeah.
Virtual
Very-
reality.
Yeah. I decided that it would be a decent replacement.
I just love how it takes a few seconds and then the laughter starts and then we can enjoy the joke again.
Because I can't see Gareth, I can just hear it.
I'm really, really slow today.
It is the cold though. I feel really slow today.
It
as
is
well.
freaking. Hence why we're all dressed up like we're going to go touring around Iceland.
So after seeing a Eunice on eBay, I decided that it would be a decent replacement for the E46 as tuning options are endless. Initially quite pleased with the MX-5, I drew up plans to install a supercharger, but looking back on the 330, I feel as though I've taken a bit of a step back. The MX-5 has little room to grow beyond 200-ish HP without either forging the internals or committing to an engine swap. And it also has serious NVH issues.
NVH, Ethan. What's that?
Natural viscous housing.
So,
NVH, naturally.
Jack, do you want to
Not really.
Noise,
Nitrous.
noise. First one's noise.
Nitrous vehicle.
What happens? What am I doing?
Noise, vibration.
Noise, vibration handling.
No.
Harsh.
Harshness.
Oh, thank you, Ethan. What we'll do is not edit that to make you look dumb.
I know I'm comparing apples to oranges here, but going from the absolute best bang for buck vehicle on the road to a very pretty shed on wheels has me hesitating to spend any more money on it. This brings me to the meat of the subject. Do I axe the idea of boosting the MX-5 in favour of saving up for an E39 M5? I feel like spending around $3,000 on a supercharger setup for the MX-5 would just leave me wishing I'd put the money towards getting a car of equal speed but greater comfort. And the M5 also has better potential for power on stock internals. The M5 is also appreciating in value, so I feel that I need to be as quick as possible before it starts to outrun my income. I hesitate to ask Alex this question,
Ah.
as his 25 grand opinion is already sat on his driveway. But what about
Don't
the
you
others?
laugh at me, Gareth. Don't you laugh. You've got a 28 grand, whatever it is, opinion that you're not selling Zandergate.
What is the 25? I thought you valued it
The Vitara.
via
there's-
Alex valuing.
The Vitara.
No, the 20.
There's 25 grand's worth of stuff in the car.
Oh, I thought he was talking about your £75,000 MX-5.
It somehow doesn't equate to 25 grand.
No,
Yeah,
that's
it
why I
comes
was really
together.
confused
I
what he was
didn't
describing.
get any DMs from any rich
Did you
people.
not?
No. I should probably check again, or just send me the offer again.
Did you check with the gym with Alex?
I
Messages.
but that is a
Oh,
great
good
plug,
point.
though. Speaking of, we are in a gym.
Why'd you do that?
Well, I wasn't trying to plug it. I was just
Plug what? Gym with Alex.
Keep saying it.
JIM with Alex.
Right, let's finish this.
Where
off.
was I? But stock in terms.
Come on, this is becoming like I'm reading it.
I hesitate to ask Alex this question, but what about the others? Would you rather a cheap and quirky little roadster, built not bought, or would you be patient and save up for a comfortably fast Munich legend with plenty of room to grow? Cheers, lads. Scott.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we've all got the same answer here. Gareth, what's your
Oh,
answer?
you know the answer. The same answer.
MX-5. Okay.
That is the last thing I would be bloody buying.
Multipler.
Yeah, there we go.
Stuff it.
MX-5, Multipler, E46,
I'll go
and
Multipler.
E36.
I'll go multiple as well.
No, I mean, it's got to be the E39 M5. Also, a supercharged MX-5, not actually as much fun as you might expect. A turbocharged MX-5 is way fun because you've got the kind of nothing, full power. I've driven both. One had 210 horsepower. Phil used to have around 230 horsepower. And Phil was always way more fun. So if you do want to boost it, I would say go down the turbocharged route. Also, I think easier to install, more common as well. So if something
less finicky as well. Superchargers.
yeah, and superchargers are always running.
Pain in
They're
the
always
backside,
running,
yeah.
and there's more. What's the word I'm
Parasitic
looking-
loss.
Parasitic losses exactly with a supercharger.
Of course.
Did you like that, Ethan? Did that get you hard?
Very.
I mean, the perfect person to speak to about turbocharged MX-5s is Jack. Oh no, actually, you still haven't done it.
No, I haven't. No.
No.
Yeah,
no.
do it, and then in 3 years you'll be able to enjoy it.
But
You're
don't
anything like me.
don't use cardboard. What was it? You made brackets.
Yeah,
That won't work.
make them out of metal.
Yeah, because metal burns not as fast.
Only slightly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Magnesium. That's what you want to go for.
Yeah.
That burns a treat.
But yeah, E39 all the way. It's going to be better in the long run.
Yeah.
You're going to get bored of a supercharged MX-5, and as a daily, I don't know if this is a daily for you, but an MX-5 is not a daily driver unless you're 19 and you've got a baseball cap and one of those stupid big rings in your ears that stretches out your ears, and when you're like 40, you look haggard with these like hangy ears.
You've just lost a quarter of your viewing audience.
I have. I mean, each to their own. I don't like them. You look like you'd have a hangy ear thing.
I've got a stud.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are a stud. Whee! What about you, Ethan? E39?
Yeah, probably, because I'd go for the comfort. But I would say, I said this before, I wouldn't worry too much about the appreciating in value. I'd go for what you're going to enjoy more and worry about the value later. Unless that is your priority. If the value and appreciation that's your key. Then
I think
do
also
that.
get an E39 M5 now, because in a few years they're going to be way
Yeah.
too expensive. Although you said MX5s are also going up in value, but they
Yeah.
will be going up more slowly than an E39 M5.
Yeah, well, at the rate that people are scrapping them. So,
Yeah.
but I think, I think the E39 as well. I mean, I think you'll miss turning going from an MX5 to an E39. I think
Turning?
like cornering and stuff. I think it'll feel.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it'll feel really. It will feel huge.
Yeah.
And you might miss that a little bit, but it's more sensible in the long
But
run.
aren't these the E39 M5s? It's quite a disconnected feel when you're comparing it to an MX5.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I'm-
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
thinking if you want to just flat out speed, then the E39 M5 is where you're at and comfortableness. But if you want the whole driving sensation, then maybe the MX5 is the one to go for. He hasn't really sort of drifted on that, has he?
No, not too much.
Yeah.
But I mean, he does say
It's
it's
always
like
tough.
comparing apples and oranges, but I would say don't invest too much money in an MX-5 because you will probably always have problems.
The novelty will wear off, won't it?
It will. It really will. I haven't driven Phil for months. Phil is currently underneath a car cover. Yeah. But E39 M5, you can use this as daily. It's big. It's great. It's safe. You can do probably upwards of 170 miles an hour in it. No problem.
We're not condoning that sort of behaviour.
We are.
Yeah,
We are.
170.
Yeah.
On the
When
track
you're-
in Mexico.
Oh, okay, yeah.
On the private.
On the M25.
But our private motorway in Mexico. What do we got again? Remind
An
me.
airstrip.
Yeah.
That one.
The M40 in Mexico.
The M40. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would do. I would go for M5. Ethan is kind of sitting on the fence.
If you want to do what you want to do, I don't mind.
I just said
I
the
don't have
M5.
an
didn't I?
opinion.
I just said the M5. Don't you
Yeah.
dare.
Don't ever embarrass me like this in front of our friends.
Rather dinner
Would you
table.
trade Phil for a M5?
No.
But you love them.
Feels like 75 grand,
Yeah.
mate.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, the price
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Sotheby's came
Call
around
me.
to value it, Jack.
Yeah.
Just bakes us
They
up.
rolled up and laughed.
We can't sell this. We've never dealt with such a high price item. No, I wouldn't. Like, to daily drive, if I didn't have that connection with Phil, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because it's a car you can just get in and go anywhere you want and just be cool. And you know it's an appreciating asset. The MX-5 is also an appreciating asset. Call me. But yeah, it's I'm 36 now. I'm done with the whole like baseball cap shit. Anyway, I digress. We all digress. Scott, get yourself an E39 M5. Send us some pictures. I want to drive it too. Anyway, that now
Owen.
concludes the Car Throttle podcast. I hope you've enjoyed listening to what?
I was going to say,
Oh,
if it's rusty, get it treated because those things rust like a mother.
what MX-5?
Any both of them actually.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that era of BMW were notoriously bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they
get
are
it
cool.
treated. A very cool.
We do
car.
like an
Doesn't matter
E39.
how rusty it is if it's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the Vitara.
Well,
and
this
it-
is-
Unless it's in half.
I wonder if is it rusting around the seatbelt points.
Anyway,
Let's
I
not
hope you've
figure-
enjoyed listening to other people's stories and
Worry,
us
right?
ranting on, and hopefully it's going to inspire you to email us your tales, unpopular opinions, and anything you want to get off your chest, like rusty seatbelt mounts.
Yeah, I would check that before you
Yeah.
crash it, probably.
Let us know about your rusty seatbelt mounts by emailing carstories@carthrottle.com. As for us, you can find me on Instagram @AutoAlex. I'm going to go with the auto page this time, not my Jim and Alex one. See what I did there?
I'm at
You are
Jack W.
shameless.
I know.
Jesus. Right, who's plugging where?
it's you,
I'm
yeah.
Gareth R. Potter.
You go again, Jack.
I'm at Jack W. Joy for the second time.
I'm at Ethan Smale, and you can follow Car Throttle at Car Throttle. This week,
Oh,
Oh,
it new?
You're good one. I've
oh,
been thinking about
oh, I
this.
like this
You
one.
can
someone submitted this in my.
Oh,
in my
very good.
hit me in the dims with this one. I can't remember their name, but
Right at the dips.
you can follow us on Mumsnet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
So go follow us
I've
there.
not
Does that
looked.
mean we need
probably
to
got a
all
profile
sign up?
there.
We need to sign up to Mumsnet.
Mums.
No, we've probably got a Car Throttle
Mums.
profile.
Oh,
on
okay.
there. Yeah,
Net.
yeah. Probably.
Mumsnet. Is
Perfect.
it good? What do they discuss on Mumsnet?
Being mums.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big
Mumsnet
stats.
is a
I
London-based internet forum created by Justine Roberts.
We're
Anyway,
not sponsored by Mumsnet.
I imagine. Anyway, before we go, I think we need to get King of the One-Liner, Mr. Jack Joy, to play us out with a joke or like a,
Okay.
or
All
a
right.
riddle.
Oh,
Go.
oh.
I found out I was colorblind the other day. The diagnosis came completely out of the purple.
Oh! Wait.
Wait, what? Run that by me again.
Okay, here we go.
Please
here we
no.
No,
I found out I was colorblind the other day. The diagnosis came
Oh,
completely
yeah, out of the
purple.
blue.
You got-
Okay.
Yeah! And on that note, thank you very much for watching and listening.
Sorry.
Have a great day. And one more thing. Knock, knock. Bye!